Good day, students. Today I want to solve problem under bearing and distance. The first thing to do is to draw your 4 cardinal points as you are drawing your diagram. Please draw it appropriately so that your calculation will be okay. Now draw your 4 cardinal points: north, east, west, south. And we are told that y is 60 kilometers away from x. This is our x, is taking the source from x, and a bearing of 135 degrees. If from north to east is 90 and from east to south is 90, the total from north to south is 180. Our 135 will be on this side, and put your angle 135 degrees. Draw your cardinal points, 4 cardinal points, other points: north, east, west, south. And that is our y. And we are told again that z is 80 kilometers. Make sure that the line 60 kilometers is not as long as 80 kilometers. This is 60 kilometers. 60 kilometers. And z is 80 kilometers away from the same x on a bearing from x on a bearing of 225. That means that this 180 from here to here is 180. 225 will be at this point longer. 225 degrees. Okay, draw your cardinal points: east, north, west, south. And we are told that this point is z. Is that okay? And the distance is 80 kilometers. You can see the line is longer than this other line because of the distance given. It might not be to scale, but there must be, next looking at it, we should know that 80 kilometers is longer than 60 kilometers. And we have to look for the distance of z from y. This y. Draw your line to this point. This line yz. This is line xy. This is line xz. Is that okay? We want to know this angle. If from this point to this point is 135, and from this north to this line is 225, let's do subtraction. 225 minus 135. 0, 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 3 is not possible. 1 from 2 to 8, that's 12 minus 3, 9. 1 minus 1 is 0. That's 90 degrees. Draw this type of representation to show you that it's a 90 degree, it's a right angle triangle. Is that okay? That means that we can use Pythagoras theorem to solve for any angle we are looking for. Is that okay? Now we have to look for the distance, which is this distance. What formula can we use? We can use Pythagoras theorem. You don't need to go as far as using cosine rule or sine rule. Is that okay? Use Pythagoras theorem because this is 90 degrees already. Is that okay? Now let's use Pythagoras theorem, which says the square of the longest line equals to the addition of the square of the other two lines. Okay? Now that's using Pythagoras theorem. You now say line, longest one, line yz squared equals to line xy squared plus line xz xz squared. What's line? Because okay, still put it line yz squared. What's line xy? Xy, that's 60 squared plus xz 80 squared. Find the square root of both sides. Square roots, and that these two cancel the square root. I left with line yz equals 60 squared (3,600) plus 80 squared. How do I do it? When you have something like 2 0, like 60 times 60, just carry the 1 0 and put it here and use 6 to multiply it. You get the answer. That's 6,400. Now line yz equals 10,000. Okay. Now line yz equals 100 kilometers. This now yz is 100 kilometers, and we have to look for bearing of z from y. What it takes to turn to get to z. That's bearing of z from y. That's what it's saying. Is that okay? You go to where the north is, what it takes to turn. And you know that the angle at the point to turn from north to north back is 360 degrees. What we need to do, let's know what this angle is. If from this north to this line is 135 degrees, and from north to south is 180 degrees, remove 135 from 180, you have this angle. Okay, and let's do that. 180 minus 135 degrees. You have borrow 1 from here, that's 5, meaning that 7. 7 minus 3, 4. This is 45 degrees. This angle, this line is parallel to each other. That means that 45 degrees is alternate to this side. That's 45 degrees. Now, that means that we need to look for this angle. Let's call it angle theta. When you get this angle, you add it to this 45 degrees and remove it from 360 degrees. We now know the remaining side that we are looking for, the remaining angle that we are looking for. Okay, now what you need to do now is to use our SOHCAHTOA, because this is a right angle triangle. Is that okay? SOHCAHTOA. And if that should be the case, this one will be our hypotenuse. This will be our opposite to this angle. It will be the opposite, and this one will be the adjacent. Is that okay? Now we now use, since we're having hypotenuse and let's use the one that's given to us already. 60 is adjacent and opposite. That's SOHCAHTOA. That involve adjacent and opposite. Adjacent, that's tan theta equals, what's our adjacent? No, opposite first. Tan theta equals to opposite over adjacent. That's 80. Opposite is 80 over 60. 0 cancels 0. 2 here, 3, 2 here, 4. When you divide it, you have 1.333. Theta now equal to tan inverse of 1.333. When you press your calculator, you have 53.12 degree. This angle now is 53.12 degree. Now the bearing of Z from Y is 360 degree minus, now add this angle, because the total from here of this line north back to the north is 360 degree. you add this angle and this, the angle we look for, and the 45 degree here together, and subtract it from the 360 degree, you get the bearing of z from y, which is minus 53.12 plus 45 degree. Okay, put in degree equals 360 degree minus, when you add the two together, you have 98.12, okay, which is equals to 261, which is equals to 261.88 degree as the bearing. This is the end of our class. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can have access to the latest video. Have a wonderful day.